So here I am again. That's pretty much all I have. I don't know. I've pretty much just given up. Well, I've already given up, but I've also given up on this. So I'm just gonna move on. Um, First question is, what's something you are self-conscious about? I'm not self-conscious about anything. That doesn't mean that there's stuff wrong with me that I should be self-conscious about. I just am not actually self-conscious about it because I don't really care about what it actually is or what other people's opinions of it are. Because though their opinion doesn't mean anything to me, so screw it. What is one of your favorite smells? Food. Not any particular type of food, but just food in general. What are three interesting facts about you? I don't know. I'm not an interesting person. I don't have any interesting facts about myself. I think I'm just completely and utterly boring. So, I don't know. What was the best compliment you've received? I don't I don't keep track of stuff like that. Mostly because it doesn't mean anything to me. Also because I don't listen to people when they talk to me. So, I wouldn't know. What chance encounter changed your life forever? Have I ever had that? A chance encounter that changed my life? No, I don't think so. I mean, maybe, but it's not like I met anyone else that gave me this big epiphany about what it means to be me. I figured out what it means to be me by myself. So, I don't really. I mean, that might not be true, but I feel like it is. But I'm also a selfish jerk, so I could just be taking the credit. What do you want your epitaph to be? Waffles are better than pancakes, but I still like pancakes more than waffles. Screw you. What do you want to be remembered for? Well, I want to be remembered for releasing a zombie plague that destroyed the entire planet. No, that's pretty much it. I just want to be known for releasing a zombie plague. What is the holy grail of your life? Oh, the thing that I've been searching for my entire life? I don't. Fulfillment? No, I don't really care about fulfillment. I don't know. I mean, I guess technically everyone does have something that they're always looking for. Whether it's an actual thing, an emotional thing. I mean, I guess technically it's self-fulfillment, right? Because whatever it is that you want, whether it's a tangible thing or intangible, in order to achieve it, you have to, I guess, realize what it is. I mean, even if it's something superficial, like the actual Holy Grail, because the Holy Grail doesn't mean anything. I mean, the Holy Grail, what is it? It was the cup that Christ used, right, at the Last Supper. I mean, I guess it's an interesting thing to find, but it doesn't mean anything. I mean, I think it's supposed to be like have some sort of actual power, but that's irrelevant at this point. All it means to someone is that it existed, and finding it proved that they were right. They were right in that it existed. They were right in figuring out where it was. That's the point. That was the point of finding the Holy Grail. Whoever it was that did this, figured it out. Indiana Jones, was it his father? I think it was. Anyway, Indiana Jones's father was right. The Holy Grail was real. I mean, it didn't mean anything. I mean, we had to throw it. They had to throw it back into the. We had to let it go and fall into a chasm because we were all gonna die. But it still existed, and you still found it. But I guess it's just like it's such a pointless endeavor. I mean, because the Holy Grail doesn't really mean anything other than I'm smarter than everyone else. Look at me. Also, I realized that I don't know anything about the real Holy Grail. All I know is from the Indiana Jones movie. But I feel like, with the exception of, the knight that's been there since then, it's pretty much the same thing. So. What do you like most about your family? What do I like most about my family? I don't know, other than my family? That's such a weird question. I guess I guess technically I should give something about like how they're supportive of stuff like that, right? Because I mean, family is such a weird thing that you're either lucky enough to have a semi decent one, or it's just a test of your own morality and self strength if you get a crappy one. And people use the fact that they're family to like guilt people into everything, which is absolute garbage. If you don't like your family, then don't talk to them. I mean, I know it's difficult for kids who, have to live with their family until, well, they can get out of there, and I understand that that has its own issues, but don't let someone guilt you into the fact that they're related to you make you do anything, because it only means what you're willing to put into it. Don't let other people decide for you what that means. I mean, yeah. I'm not getting into this right now. I don't feel like it. That's whatever. What do people think is weird about you? What do people think? What do people not think is weird about me? I don't. Honestly, I don't know because I don't really ask them. But I feel like there's a lot. Unless they're as weird as me, which they don't think anything is weird about me. But well, they have no place to judge because they're just as screwed up as I am. So. What is something you will never do again? Nothing. I'm pretty stupid. I'm willing to make the same mistakes plenty of times purely for my own enjoyment. Who is or was your most interesting friend? I'm my own most interesting friend, honestly. Well, that's not true. Well, it is. But I have other. I think all my friends are interesting, but that's only because I only like my friends because they're interesting. If they weren't, then I wouldn't talk to them. So, all of them? I don't know. What are you most likely very wrong about? Nothing. I'm, I'm never wrong. What's the most immature thing you do? Oh, there's plenty of immature things I do. Do you mean like actually immature or like emotionally immature? Because like actually immature things like, I don't know, playing video games or watching cartoons, I still do that, but that's because I want to. And I'm not gonna stop because why would I? It's dumb. And well, I can't think of anything right now, but that's just because I don't want to. I'm sure I do plenty of immature stuff, but that's because people annoy me and I do it on purpose to piss them off and make them go away. What stereotype do you completely live up to? The shut-in who hates everybody. What is the biggest lesson you never learned? How to smile convincingly at people. What dumb accomplishment are you proud of? Getting out of high school. What was... No, I'm not actually proud about getting out of high school. But I did do it, and it was a dumb accomplishment. What was the most memorable gift you received? I don't know. I mean, I don't. I didn't get a lot of memorable gifts, and that's a good thing because I don't have the emotional range to register that type of stuff. So I feel like that might have been an issue if someone had actually tried to give me like a memento or a family heirloom or something like that, because none of that stuff means anything to me. I mean, I would have kept it, but that's because I have OCD and not really because I understand what it meant. What chapters would you oh, what chapters would you separate your autobiography into? Oh my god, that would be such a boring book. Chapter 1 would be, god, it'd be such a boring book. Chapter 1 would be my birth into high school, and chapter 2 would be college until death. I think that would cover a good 14 pages. I think that works. What do you hope your last words will be? This ride was a jip. I want my money back. What do you spend the most time thinking about? How much destruction would I be able to get away with if I could shoot laser beams out of my eyes? I I blanked out because I immediately started actually thinking about that, and I don't know. I don't know where I went with that. Anyway, what is something you can never seem to finish? I mean, I usually finish stuff. I mean, I do, so I don't know. I finish stuff. I usually get bored of something and then I finish it and then I just yeah, I mean, I usually finish everything that I start unless I get bored of it. But that's like actual stuff. It's complicated. Well, it's not that complicated. I just don't feel like talking about it, which I guess would answer that question. So I'm just going to move on. What mistake do you keep making again and again? I guess I could say something. I could give a smartass answer and say interacting with people. I guess that's also true. But for the sake of this argument, I guess a mistake I keep making. God, because they're both awful. I mean, I try interacting with people, but everyone is just so terrible or boring, which in my opinion is so much worse. But then, you just stay inside. It's like, you can't do anything by just staying inside. It's like, yeah, but I don't have to suffer dealing with annoying people. And it's like, it's not that bad. And then you go out and talk to people, and all you want to do is push them into traffic. It's like, why did I do this? Why am I so stupid to make this decision again and again to try and talk to you bozos? So everything. That's my answer. Everything. I always try to do stuff, regardless of what it is, and I keep making that mistake over and over again. Life is terrible. What's the best thing you got from your parents? I guess my brain, right? I mean, it's not my looks. And, I mean, I'm average height. Apparently. Well, I am average height. Because I'm taller than both of my parents, but apparently I'm still not like the tallest member in our whole family. So, I mean, yeah. I guess, yeah, I just go with my brain. Which sounds weird, because it makes it sound like I'm talking about my intelligence, but I'm not. I'm just mean, like, my brain as a whole. Which, you know what? I said what I said. It doesn't matter. What would a mirror opposite of yourself be like? God, that would be like just the best person to be around, but he would hate everything about himself. But then he would. I don't. What? What would that. So, like, he would be like a happy person with goals, but he doesn't actually want to achieve his goals because he would be afraid of failure. And while he would like being alive, all he would think about doing is trying. I don't know. That's such a. Ah! Oh! Oh, I don't need this. I don't need this. Ugh. Well, that thought's in my head now. That's never going anywhere. It's never going anywhere. That's never going anywhere. Alright, well, I have to go deal with that now. Thanks. A lot. Me. Well, I'm gonna go now, cause that just annoys me. God, that's just the worst. Whatever.